Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world watching this. Thank you for joining me. My name is Robin Vogels and I'm the owner of Plan for Australia. Every week I do this Ask Me Anything session where I'm answering questions that people have asked me during the week, and I answer them here on this forum to allow other people to learn from the answers and get some expert advice. There's a lot of noise out there on social media of people looking for advice, and perhaps some of the advice and answers to your questions are perhaps vague, or people don't really understand your particular circumstances. So this is really me trying to get the word out, help as many people as I possibly can. So thank you for joining me. And today I'm talking about the rental crisis in Australia and a wrap up of January. Okay, so big deep breath as we say goodbye to January in my business, because it is a chaotic month. We have a lot of international families who are arriving to the start of the school year, and of course a lot of interstate moves where people are moving perhaps for work or other reasons to another state, and they choose to move at a time when children are changing schools or at the start of the school year. So January is always a very, very difficult month for the rental market. I definitely some reassuring news is that this January is not half as bad as last January. But that said, last January was off the scales completely. There was a lot of chaos last January with the end of COVID, and most people who had processed visas during COVID all arrived at the same time. I found that this year there was more real estate agents that were open all the way through Christmas and New Year, albeit that a lot of them were only perhaps working with one or two people in the office. So although I got excited that there were estate agents open, I still found it difficult to deal with the estate agents because there was only one or two people in the office and they couldn't deal with the volume of inquiries that were being received. So that was one good news. So hopefully the estate agents each January will start staying open a little bit more. I found though that the quality of homes, and this is consistent with last January, is the quality of homes was very low. So where we were seeing properties that I would normally price maybe sort of, $600, $700, we are now in January this year and last year, we were seeing landlords offering or asking for higher rental prices with really low quality homes. They're using old photographs, and those who follow me know that this happens all the time, is that the estate agents will use photographs on the internet in their adverts that might be 2, 3, 5 years old. So the property looks wonderful condition online, and then when we go and see the property, it's pretty tired. So I definitely felt that the quality of homes was very low. Of course, I was seeing the big crowds, especially around that sort of 600 to 800 mark. We've still got a lot of competition in that. We're talking weekly rentals, 600 to 800 per week rentals is still the highest competition. And we're seeing a lot of competition, but then getting inside and seeing the very poor quality. My advice, as always, is don't get disheartened by January. I'm getting a lot, especially now at the end of January, of people who are perhaps moving later in the year. They've seen on social media that there's this rental crisis and there's these big crowds, and people are living, in difficult situations while they're trying to find a rental. This is typical of January. And I'm not saying that there's not a rental crisis. There 100% is a rental crisis, but it's really extended and blowing out at the moment. So if you are moving later in the year, be aware of it, but it's not going to be as bad as what January is. January is always tight. It's always difficult in the rental market because we've got such an influx of people moving for the start of the school year, but a lot of the locals are perhaps on holiday and haven't given their rental notice. So don't get disheartened, but please do be prepared anyway. And don't be fooled. Like I said, if you are trying, this is probably not a good time to be on realestate.com.au and trying to work out the budget, because as I say, the quality is actually quite poor at the moment for the prices that they're asking. So from the middle of February onwards, we'll start getting back to a bit more normality. Once the schools are back in, people start handing in their notice, looking at moving, getting their lives sorted out again. So don't be disheartened, but do be prepared. Thank you so much for watching. If you know somebody who's looking for advice, please do direct them here. Let's get some free advice. Let's get a community going where we can ask questions and support one another here in your moves. Thanks again. I'm Robin from Personnel Relocations, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.